Hello and welcome back to Nikki Scoops. If you're new here, a warm welcome to you. To my returning subscribers, I extend my gratitude for your continued support. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Make sure to watch until the end. Your support is immensely appreciated. Now let's dive into this story. A 33-year-old mother from New York and her two young children tragically lost their lives after she jumped off a ledge at Niagara Falls earlier this week. New York State law enforcement concluded that the incident was intentional. On Monday evening, the woman climbed over a safety guardrail and fell from the waterfall near Luna Island, according to the New York State Police. The state police, along with the New York State Park Police and the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, responded to the vicinity of Goat Island, connected to Luna Island, following reports of the fall around 9 p.m. Authorities have reported that a mother, Chianti Means, and her two children, ages 9 and 5 months, crossed over a safety guardrail before going over the falls. An intense search and rescue effort ultimately wasn't successful. The bodies of the family have not yet been discovered. Subsequent investigations dismissed the possibility of foul play, concluding that she had intentionally jumped from a height of 200 feet over the falls. It was reported that the family involved is from the Niagara Falls region. This incident deems no public threat to safety, the state police said. Luna Island, where the incident occurred, is located between American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls. She was reportedly a mother of 3. Though where her other child was at the time of the incident remains unclear. I can't even bear to write a post about her and share memories, Meech Molina wrote on Facebook. I am truly overwhelmed and struggling to cope with my emotions. Please understand that she and her children are deeply loved by both me and my children. According to the Daily Mail, Nisha Ukea stated, "You really never know what anybody is going through," as many grieve the passing of Chianti Means, 33, and her two children, Roman Rossman, 9, and Mecca Means, 5 months old. The bodies have still not been recovered. If you or someone you know is in need of assistance, dial 988 to contact the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Additionally, you can reach out to the network, formerly known as the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, at 800-273-8255. Send a text message with the word HOME to 741741 or access speakingofsuicide.com/resources for more resources. The final unsettling messages on Facebook before the incident. You have to hold on to the ones you love. Never know when you might lose them. I wish someone would love me because the man that's supposed to does not. Sending my condolences to the family of these 3 beautiful souls. May they rest in eternal peace.
New tonight, a Jefferson County grand jury has indicted 3 men for the murder of this Beaumont woman. 39-year-old Ebony Gilbert was gunned down outside of her house on Maida Road last month on the city's north end. Tydrick Davis, Javonta Turner, and DeCorey Shiloh are charged with capital murder. Our 12 News cameras were there as police led the 3 suspects off to the Jefferson County Jail. Ring doorbell footage showed that Gilbert went outside of her house to try to stop people who were breaking into her car. Police say the men shot her and then took off. She tried to crawl back into her home, but unfortunately, she died before she could call for help. The suspects remain in jail tonight.
Footage from a Ring doorbell camera shows a 39-year-old Texas woman stepping outside around 8 p.m. to check on her car when she is shot by one of the men. In Beaumont, Texas, 3 men have been indicted following the Jefferson County Grand Jury's review of the heinous murder recorded on the victim's Ring home security camera. In the footage, time-stamped at approximately 8 p.m. on Thursday, September 26, 2024, 39-year-old Ebony Gilbert is seen stepping outside to investigate what's happening, only to be shot down almost immediately in cold blood. Police said she made her way back into her home after she was shot, where she collapsed and died. DeCorey Shillow, 21, above right, Javonta Turner, 21, above center, and Tydrick Davis, 20, above left, have all 3 been indicted for capital murder. Investigators have identified Shillow as the alleged gunman who fatally shot Gilbert as she interrupted 3 men burglarizing her car outside her residence. According to court documents, Shillow allegedly admitted to his involvement in her death, naming both Turner and Davis as his accomplices in the crime. He informed investigators that he had handed over the clothes he wore that night to Turner, a claim corroborated by police upon discovering them at Turner's residence. Turner was apprehended at that time. The probable cause affidavit for Davis's arrest indicates he confided in a witness, who later came forward, that he was with Shillow and Turner at the time of Gilbert's death. Turner is suspected of being a second gunman in the shooting. Gilbert's body was discovered the next afternoon by her mother, who stopped by to check on her after failing to make contact. Gilbert informed authorities that this was the second such tragedy she had encountered. Previously, in 2008, she discovered another daughter who had passed away from a heart attack. Reports indicate that Shillow's mother turned him into the police, and a news station captured his transfer from the Beaumont Police Department headquarters to jail. When questioned by the media about his actions, Shillow responded, I would explain, but there's no point. Upon being asked whether the burglary of Gilbert's car was financially motivated, he stated that he had money and was unsure of the reasons behind their actions, declining to specify whether the crime was targeted or random. When questioned by the news station about any message for Gilbert's mother, Shillow responded, "Sorry for your loss, Miss Ebony." As he was escorted to the police car, he stated, "I'm not a punk. I'm not a monster." Additionally, the media outlet interviewed Turner while he was being led away from the police headquarters. He vehemently denied any involvement in the murder and expressed anger towards Shillow for implicating him. He informed the news station of his absence during the incident and denied any involvement. He declined to comment to the victim's family but expressed regret to his own family, stating, "I apologize for putting them through this ordeal. I have nothing more to say." Shillow's bond was established at $750,000. Davis's bond was determined to be $800,000. Similarly, Turner's bond was set at $800,000, with the additional requirement from the judge that he be monitored by GPS, stay within Jefferson County, and avoid any contact with his co-defendants.
Arrangements have been made for Ebony Gilbert, the woman who was shot to death outside of her home on Bennett Road in Beaumont. According to Gilbert's family, a celebration of life will be held on Saturday, October 12th. Friends and family are able to view the body starting at 10 a.m., followed by the funeral service at 11. It will be held at Dominion Church International, formerly known as Power of Praise, on 10th Street in Orange.
Not only did Mr. Dotson not show any remorse during his testimony, during the trial I caught him sleep several times. He was getting his rest while we were getting justice.
A self-proclaimed serial killer sentenced to more than 100 years in prison for the death of a teenager and her unborn baby. In August, Fox 13 reported that a jury found Joshua Dotson guilty for these two murders.
Now, we also told you that he testified in his own defense. He called himself a serial killer during that testimony. Fox 13 investigative reporter Kayla Solomon was in court today as he learned his fate.
You're looking at the face of Joshua Dotson, a man who calls himself a serial killer. Dotson is 25 years old and will spend the rest of his life in prison. Our camera was the only one in the courtroom to capture the reactions of the man who told a jury 2 months ago that he was responsible for killing 5 people.
He is a serial killer. He's Michael Myers, remember? That's what he told me.
Judge Carolyn Addison sentenced Dotson to more than a century in prison.
Mr. Dotson accepted responsibility for his conduct. He did not have to take the witness stand.
But he did take stand at trial. The jury quickly returned a guilty verdict for Dotson killing an ex-girlfriend and her unborn child in 2020. But he also told the jury he killed 3 people before that.
He had no remorse while he was up there on the stand. He stated he was a serial killer. He likes killing women. He had no remorse at all.
Judge Addison also said Dotson has continued to commit crimes in jail.
In 20 years of practice, I have never seen anything this thorough, detailed, describing the criminal, sadistic behaviors you have exhibited, not only in jail.
A man from Memphis has been given a 102-year prison sentence for the 2020 murder of his pregnant girlfriend and their unborn child. Joshua Dotson, age 25, was handed 2 back-to-back 51-year sentences, 1 for each life lost. In August, a jury convicted Dotson of the murders following his own testimony, which the Shelby County District Attorney's Office described as shocking to the court. Dotson admitted to the jury his involvement in an additional 3 murders between 2019 and 2020. The DA's office has not confirmed these claims are true. During his testimony, Dotson described himself as a serial killer. He compared himself to the fictional character Michael Myers, as stated by the District Attorney's Office. On June 12, 2020, prosecutors say Dotson shot through 19-year-old Jamesha Kovson's door and broke his way into her home because he was angry with her. Witnesses told investigators Dotson left the scene but returned and shot Kovson several times. According to the U.S. Marshals Service, Kovson was several months pregnant. She was transported to the hospital, where both she and the unborn child passed away. After Kovson's death, Dotson reportedly posted a memorial honoring her on social media, writing, "Fly high." Prosecutors say in court, Dotson insulted Kovson by calling her a sex worker. He reportedly alleged that she was aware of his prior murders, which he claimed motivated him to kill her. Dotson's defense team argued in favor of concurrent sentences, which would have meant Dotson serving only 51 years. Nonetheless, Judge Carolyn Addison decided to maintain consecutive sentencing. Shelby County District Attorney's Office stated at the hearing, "Today's sentencing brings a measure of justice for Jamesha Kovson and her unborn child. The court's decision affirms that those who commit acts of violence with such disregard for human life will be held accountable. Our hearts are with the family and friends of Jamesha Kovson, and we hope this sentence brings them some peace as they continue to grieve this profound loss."
Assaultive behaviors, constant.
Judge Addison called this one of the saddest situations she's seen in her career.
He wanted to speak, and he said that from day one, and we let him. He told his story. Unfortunately, his story is a story of wreaking absolute havoc on this community.
Dotson still has other assault and murder cases pending in our courts. He was immediately turned over to the Tennessee Department of Corrections to begin his sentence. Kayla Solomon, Fox 13 Investigates.
Thank you for watching until the end of my video. Your loyalty as a viewer is greatly appreciated. Please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comment section below on any of these videos. I enjoy interacting with my audience, so don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. See ya in the next video.